What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good? What's up? To want the inner part of his ass crack. Blue about me not being his dad. After reading the book, shoot like. What up? 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 What's good, people? What's up? Welcome to your Sugar Spike Daily, where you'll get your daily regimen of stories that may make you spike out. Go ahead and get you a piece of candy and prepare yourself. It might be a bumpy ride. Listen. People are always doing the wrong things. So let's talk about it. Our first sugar spike today will be El Debarge, to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dance until the morning light. Now listen, bro, El Debarge done got arrested on weapons and drug charges. Now, when I looked into the story, it wasn't a gun, it was a metal baton, which are metal batons are illegal. It was like one that you can extend. People use them to, bust open the windows or whatnot, or you could use them to bludgeon or beat somebody down. Anyway, he got those are illegal in California. He was arrested, I think outside of Burbank, but he was arrested, and they say they found a narcotic. Now, let me give you the good side, and then we can spike out a little bit. Now, they got him for possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, listen, you got a whole checkered past, El DeBarge, a checkered past dealing with drugs, crack, freebase, cocaine, whatever you want to call it. I mean, back in the 80s, while you was singing Who's Johnny, she said, and smiled and looked the other way. When you was singing that, the Cocaine Cowboys had your number on speed dial because they know you needed that hit. Listen, Pookie them down to the New Jack City, child, had nothing on you because it just be calling you, man. It just be calling you just like it was calling them. Child, I don't listen. The Betty Ferguson Rehab Center can't do Betty Ford. Is Betty Ferguson or Betty Ford? I think it's Betty Ford. The Betty Ford Rehab Center can't even help you, bruh, bruh. I hate for you to go out like some of the other greats with the overdose, but he is careening down that path. This may come out harsh, but I can absolutely see him as a rest in peace hashtag. I mean, us singing all this love is waiting for you. I'm just saying. Somebody need to go ahead and grab the crack pipe out his hand. Cause he don't even give me a cocaine tea. Bruh give me crack pipe. He don't give you crack pipe. Like bruh gives me that he done burned a few skanks and whores with the crack pipe. Circa um Rick James. I'm just saying. Child, a mess. Just a mess. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But at this point, I believe it was narcotics and drugs. And I don't think it's any help for him. He's one of those chronic people who I could really see where you help him, he gets off for like a year or so, and then he back on. You know what I'm saying? Like his addiction to drugs is like Lufa's and Oprah's addiction to food, when they go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And baby, one of them downs might take you the hell out of here. Mm, mm. I think when he made that song, he wasn't singing all this love. I think he was singing all these drugs are waiting for you, my baby, my sugar. Just saying. Moving on. On our next sugar spike, my girl, my queen, Mariah said, "Baby, it's time. I can't do no more." Mariah says she's applying to get full custody of Maple Leaves and Meteorites. What's them kids' names? Meatballs and mosquitoes. What's them babies' names? Uh, Methuselah and Mademoiselle. What's them kids' name? Mothballs and musket bullets. What is them kids' name? Muscadines and Miracle Whip. What is them children name? The elders, statesmen of the Cannon clan. Because, baby, that young man got a whole clan of kids. The Cannon clan, most eldest and senior children, belong to our queen Mariah. And Mariah has said that baby, you already complained that you ain't got enough time. Boo boo, sweetheart, love bug, let me help you the fuck out. You ain't got enough time. Let me relieve you of your time. These two over here, you ain't got to worry about. Baby, I got my own money. I don't need shit from you. See these other little skanks that's trying to sleep with you because they want some parts of the money, and they want you to be paying them several thousands of dollars a month in child support and all of that. Baby, I don't have those issues, honey. I don't have those issues. You're not gonna play with you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna play with my kids like that. No, no sir, no sir. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You you're not gonna play with mayonnaise and marker tops. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna play with our kids like that. We're not doing this. Mom says she's not doing it. Give me my kids. Run me my kids. Run me my kid. I'm not doing this with you. I'll be having full custody. While you rolling around, slumming it up with the with the Instagram thoughts and skanks and all of the other groupies around here, I'll be raising my kids with my hundreds of millions of dollars in net worth. Call me if you need me. I'll be over here with Michelin Man and Monopoly, and we'll be over here minding our own damn business. Anyway, that's what the Queen Mariah said. I ain't even mad at it. I feel like he's gonna try to have a point to prove though. Nick Cannon gives me he's petty like that, and he's gonna try to fight this with tooth and nail to be like, I want to take care of my kids. Da da da, bruh, let it go. Because at this point, I don't know that a judge across the fruited plains would give you that, bruh, bruh. I'm gonna need you to let that go. Let it go. Let it go. They ain't gonna let you get them kids. Child. Listen, maple syrup and masking tape will do much better with their mama. Okay, not doing this. So I'm proud of I'm surprised Mariah ain't do this around baby number 6. Normally, once you get to about 6 kids, that's when you should have pulled out and said, "Listen, we ain't got it to do. We don't have it to do at all." Okay, no, mm-mm, mm-mm. Li- M- Mason jar and mop water needs a better father. Needs somebody that's gonna do right by them. Just saying. Um. Anyway, so I have full reason to believe that Mariah is gonna get custody of them kids, and that's gonna be that. In other news, Diamond dead. She dead. She dead. Now, while we send condolences, heartfelt condolences to the family, to her sister Silk, Diamond of Diamond and Silk. The reason that we know who a Diamond and Silk is not a good one, and I'm not fake and phony like that. Sorry, I'm not somebody that's going to wax nostalgic and try to put on these rose colored glasses when talking about someone who did nothing but try to castigate the entirety of the black race. That she did nothing but try to make us feel bad as a delegation and consortium of melanated people. She donned her step and fetch it pumps and did her best shucking and jiving. And the thing about it is this: they go and find these caricatures, and that's all they were for these racist and bigoted ass white people. Caricatures. They weren't laughing with them; they were laughing at them. And these young ladies were, and Diamond and her sister have always been happy being the butt of the joke, being laughed at. I'm sure that those women probably were intelligent, well learned. However, they were most happy with being the butt of the joke, with being looked at as lessers, with basically being the circus animal. It's like, oh, we're in the midst of us, important people, the grown-ups over here, talking real business. Oh, let me, how when your parents was, talking with company with other adults, and you was a little kid, maybe 5 or 6, and maybe they taught you a little song, and you would come over and you would do the little song and entertain the guests because you was a little 5-year-old kid, and they was like, "Cute, that's so cute. Go ahead, boy. She's so cute. Look at her. Go ahead, little girl. She's so cute." Because it was a 5-year-old child, and it was something. And even if you laughed because it was horrible, It was a 5-year-old child, so it made it cute. That's kind of what goes on in these Republican national conventions and these Trump rallies and all of these awful places where Diamond and Silk would go and put on these performances, shucking and jiving for the people. Listen, like I said, may the family rest in peace. We wish nothing, we have nothing but heartfelt condolences for them. But baby, we're not gonna sit up here and act like Diamond and Silk for the last 8 years or so ain't been around here calling us black folks everything but a child of God, and they black. A mess. Like when I first saw them, I was like, what in the in living color sketch is going on here? Like I really thought I was being like I thought these were some people who were like doing some satirical in living color sketch or something like that. Like I was like, they can't be serious. Like this can't be real. And you know you thought it too. Mm. I'm listen. And while we often talk about Step and Fetch It, and we often talk about some of our ancestors that actually did have to do real shucking and jiving just to make waves in the entertainment business and open doors while they were being, embarrassed and while they were being looked down upon, they had to do those types of things. Um, over 100 plus years ago, and even 100 years ago, and sometimes less than that. These are not those. I'm not gonna lump them in that category because y'all did this of your own free will and accord. It was your own volition that said, "Oh, I'm gonna go over here and do this." Man, it was a mess. And as black women are some of the strongest, most intelligent beings walking the face of the earth. And for you to allow yourself to be subjected to just a caricature of every horrible stereotype that these people believe about black women and black people in general, I have nothing for it. Waving and wagging your finger at us as if we were the bad people and y'all were the good ones, as if we needed to get like y'all. Remember that time they was up there talking about trying to rap and stuff? Like it was a complete utter mess. Just a you just said fuck dignity, fuck respectability and class. We just gonna get out here and just get to shooking and a jiving. I just can't. The woman did and gone now. May she rest in peace, wherever that is. But I'm not gonna sit up here today and say, oh, and try to find good stuff to say when she didn't try to find good stuff to say when she was alive. Just a mess. Moving on before I spike out on her. I got a story out of Richmond, Virginia. Listen, Richmond, Virginia. Y'all know we have the holy trinity of racism, discrimination, and bigotry. One spot on the Holy Trinity is the great state of Texas, governed by Governor Hot Wheels. The other pin in the Holy Trinity, the second pin is Florida, my state, governed by Governor Death Sentence. And that third pin in the Holy Trinity, North Carolina and Virginia is usually battling it out to be that third one. Sometimes Arizona will poke his head in, but today is Virginia. So we down there to the Richmond, Virginia. I believe it's the capital of Virginia, which makes sense. Which also means it was the capital of the Confederacy, which makes complete sense. So let me tell y'all about this story. A beautiful black queen by the name of Sheila Jackson. She has a one of her brothers. I believe it's her brother that is a her brother is a police officer. Her older brother was a police officer, and because of all of the stuff that she knew her son, she has a 12-year-old son. Her 12-year-old son watches the news and social media like the rest of us, and she saw all of these horrible things that police were doing, and she knew that probably gave her son a very negative stereotype of the police. So what did she decide to do? She said, "Oh, I'm going to do what I can to put my son in a position where he can see police at their best. Because my brother's a police officer, his uncle, my brother's a police officer, and I want to show him that police officers are not all bad." So she decided, I'm going to take my 12-year-old son and I'm going to sign him up for PAL. PAL is the Police Athletic League. And those are the little after school sports leagues where, sometimes they do football. She signed him up for tennis and said, I want him to go out there and see that officers could be good and great. Her son is autistic. And so she wanted her son to see the goodness of police down there to the Richmond. So she signed him up to be a part of the PAL and to do tennis. She goes last November and drops her son off to this program, sports program with the police. She knew her son would be safe, thought it was good from there. She waved at her son, drove off. Couple hours went by. It was time to pick her son up. She over there feeling good. I done did a good deed. I'm trying to help out the police. I'm trying to help everybody out. She rolls up here to the goddamn tennis courts. They got her son on the ground, handcuffed, sitting behind a fence, handcuffed on the ground, face down on the ground. 12-year-old son who went to this place to play tennis because she signed him up, trying to show him that police can be good people. This is what the fuck we got going on. So apparently, from what is being said, they're saying that she took the son there. They were teaching him how to play tennis. He got frustrated because he was trying to serve the ball. Now, I told y'all the 12-year-old boy is autistic. I said that up front. Even if you're not autistic, I'm someone who plays tennis. If this is your first time learning how to play tennis, the hardest thing to do on a tennis court is when you're first learning is learn how to serve. That's one of the hardest things to learn how to do. And so everybody gets frustrated. I told you that this young man was autistic. So whereas when a normal kid may get frustrated and they may even react and yell and scream, but an autistic kid may react even more, even more demonstrably. So allegedly, he, got frustrated trying to learn how to serve the ball. And he was told, all right, just go over there and play on the side, as if they didn't want to deal with him. So they just brushed him off to the side. Yeah, go on over there, play to the side, play to the side. And so he went over there, and they said he started, raising his voice and yelling at one of the officers. And then he walked away from the officers. And so their response to him doing that was to slam him to the ground and handcuff him, face planted into the ground. A 12-year-old autistic boy in handcuffs. And all he was trying to do was learn how to play tennis because his mama wanted him to learn that police officers aren't that bad. This is what the fuck y'all got going on. Let me get me a piece of candy because I'm damn near about to spike out just telling y'all the goddamn story, having my own sugar spike. This is what y'all got going on in the great state of Virginia. The great state of Virginia. She is going to be suing. I don't blame her. She filed an incident report, right? With who? The Richmond Police Department. Mm, mm, mm. And she said she's been inquiring about the incident with the department to no avail. They don't care. They're like, girl, oh, you found it. Okay. Come back next week. We'll try and find it. She said she even had to pay $5 for the incident report. But the description of what happened in the incident was never put on the incident report. A mess. A mess. A mess. Oh, did I forget that because they slammed him to the ground, he suffered a concussion? Oh, I forgot. I left that part out, right? The fact that not only did they take this 12-year-old autistic boy and slam him to the ground because he got frustrated like everybody else, he suffered a concussion. So now, in addition to her son probably having PTSD for the foreseeable future when dealing with the police, she also has to incur medical bills because she has to take her son to the goddamn doctor because now he has a concussion. I guess the bright side is he's still alive. I guess we got to look at the bright side. He's still alive. Let me put this candy in my mouth. This is what y'all got going on in Richmond, Virginia. A mess. Now here's what the police are claiming. The police claim, oh, he was headbutting us while we were trying to detain him, and he headbutted us. Really, y'all big grown ass men, big grown ass men, and this 12-year-old boy got y'all to the point where y'all are handcuffing him and slamming him to the ground. How did you think this it has to feel as a mother? You come in to pick up your child and you roll up in there and see your child inhaling, asphalt or dirt off the sidewalk from being face down, handcuffed on the goddamn ground. And to add insult to injury, now my son is suffering a concussion. A mess. Y'all can go and look that up. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on over there in Virginia, but a mess. The last story we'll talk about today is the Kim Porter. Kim Porter. I love Kim Porter. United States House of Representatives member Kim Porter. Kim Porter, Democrat out of the great state of California, said enough is enough, Dianne Feinstein. You and your dementia and the fact that you are inept and ill-fitted to do the job of a United States senator, baby, I'm not waiting for you. Mama went today and said, I'm declaring my candidacy for the United States Senate. And yes, I'm coming for you, Senator Dianne Feinstein. Dianne Feinstein is 89 years old. 89 years old. I don't trust an 89-year-old to operate a motor vehicle. Why the fuck would I trust an 89-year-old to be in charge with making laws that affect my life and livelihood? That woman is 89. They say the woman is barely hanging on. She forgets stuff. She tell you one thing, and the next moment she don't forgot. And I can't blame her because when you're 89 years old, these things happen. But what I do blame her for is the fact that you over here barely hanging on to life, talking about you still want to be in the United States Senate. Dianne Feinstein was in the United States Senate way back when God was a child, when the world was in black and white. Just about. She around here built. Listen, Mama's office smells like mothballs and Geritol. Okay. Dianne Feinstein is sitting in that office trying to remember what year it is and farting dust. Why you still a United States Senator? Loved you down when you were coherent. You did some beautiful things in the United States Senate, but baby, you holding on and keeping other people from being able to get there and do. There are a lot of capable people out here that could really do the goddamn job. But your ass over here farting dust in the United States Senate floor, keeping a spot from somebody that could be doing something for us. It's a mess. But Katie Porter, I love Katie Porter. She is one of the progressives that be over there with the squad. You see Katie Porter always over there with the squad. She be going in on people. Go look up Katie Porter on YouTube and look at some of her clips. She don't mind. She don't mind gathering the girls. She will gather the girls. But she told Dianne Feinstein hasn't even said whether or not she wants to come out of the seat because she's talking about she may run again, which means that she would be running until she's 95 or 96. She would be a sitting senator at 95 or 96 years old. I mean, Strom Thurmond don't want none of that. Because remember, Strom Thurmond was in the Senate damn near back at Reconstruction, damn near back when slavery times. And he died. When did Strom Thurmond die? Late 90s? But he had been a senator most of the 20th century. Like 3/4 of the 20th century, Strom Thurmond was sitting in the Senate making all those racist laws that hurt black people. A mess. Meanwhile, you shove your meat up in every black woman you can find, and you don't got biracial kids littered all over the fucking Eastern Seaboard. Over here, like your name is Johnny Appleseed, planting seeds all across the Eastern Seaboard, all up in black women. A mess. Anyway, Katie Porter is running for the United States Senate in 2024. And so that means that Dianne Feinstein now has a primary contender. She will have to win the primary. I think Dianne, in order to get the nomination, I think she's going to bow out gracefully. I hope she does. I really hope she does. Thank you for your service, Dianne, Senator Feinstein. Thank you for a beautiful career. Now, baby, go sit down somewhere. I think she's really scared that if she retires, she's going to die. For that matter, why the hell is Nancy Pelosi still in Congress? It's a bunch of these fuckers. Jim Clyburn. It's a bunch of y'all. Y'all like in y'all upper 80s. Go sit the fuck down somewhere. Like when I'm in my 80s, I want to be sitting on a porch somewhere, drinking some lemonade, spiked with gin, and talking about these kids, telling them to get the hell off my lawn. That's all I want to be doing. I don't want to be bothered with over here making decisions, having to run away from terrorists and insurrectionists that are trying to overthrow the government and kill me. Because if y'all think that's the last time we're going to have an insurrection, you're dreaming. That's a whole nother story. But let me end this by saying I'm happy, Katie Porter, that you decided to throw caution to the wind and say, I ain't gonna even let you make this decision. I'm gonna make the decision for you, Dianne Feinstein. Thank you, girl. Thank you for coming. Please drive safely. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split your honey. Girl, I ain't mad at it. But I am mad about Katie Porter. Girl, that hair. That hair. Go check out Katie Porter. Now, I don't mean, I'm not trying to shame the woman about how she look, but baby, I need you to go do something with them Shirley Temple curl. Girl, you too not Katie Porter. We talking about you too old to be having these Shirley Temple curls. Girl, Katie Porter. Girl, that's not working for you. Katie, go get your life in order. Those are our stories today, y'all. That's our Sugar Spike Daily. Listen, meet me in the comment section. Let's talk about it. That's all I got for y'all. Let me put my candy back in my mouth. That's all I got for y'all. Because I'm about to spike out. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.